Alright, so this entire episode, basically, my plan was to do pretty much only about the iPhone 7, but I went in there to buy a I went in there to buy a screen protector and a case for the iPhone 7, and the guy made me an awesome deal on a shelf display lens. Now, it doesn't look any different right now, but it's much wider, which is awesome because now I don't have to worry about holding it as far away from myself as possible in order to get a decent shot. I can hold it much closer and still have a great shot. Very excited about this. Alright, man. Got a lot of stuff to carry in. Anyway, I am very excited about this new lens, and I'm very excited to share with you, for the first time ever, Marcus's comprehensive guide to the iPhone 7. Comprehensive is probably a loose term. Alright, as promised, let's take a second to talk about the iPhone 7. I'm just kidding, I have it right here. Let's talk about the iPhone 7 a little bit. It is an awesome phone, it really is. It's so great and so frustrating all at the same time. Really, I wanted to love it more than anything I've ever loved. I wanted to love it like a child. I had the iPhone 5, upgraded to the iPhone 7. So, is it better? Yeah, absolutely it's better. Is it worth all of the hype? Probably not. So let's get through some obvious things first. One, no headphone jack. I mentioned this in my previous video. That's stupid. I hate it. I hate it. Because the audio quality is not better. It is not any better going through the lightning port. Not at all. And you know, if the entirety of the reason to get rid of it was we can fit more stuff inside, okay, but I still feel like I was lied to. Like they were like, oh, it's because we're courageous and because that's the future. The future is wireless. For example, wireless charging, which they also included in the iPhone 7, right? Right? Because you can't charge it by using something that plugs in, right? Because that would be ridiculous. That would be the past. And we're about the future, right? Oh, and if you're like, oh, but Marcus, that's not fair. I mean, wireless charging really is not that great. It is great. And it's been around for 7 years-ish. So Apple really, is it a future product? It's something about going to the future because you should have added wireless charging. But you didn't because you're cowards. And you just wanted to make money off of us. Which is fine, but just call it what it is. Stop lying to me. You know, one thing that everyone was super pissed off about with iPhone for this new one is that, well, it looks just like the iPhone 6S. It looks just like it. It's kind of pointless to upgrade because it looks exactly the same. If you've ever upgraded your iPhone just because the outside looked different, that was not a good reason. I'm sorry, but that was not a good reason to upgrade. You should upgrade because of what's on the inside. It's what's on the inside that counts. So here's another thing that really pisses me off, and Apple has done this all over the place this year. Okay, so you know they added this new 2-camera system, and oh, it's like the greatest thing to ever happen to smartphones. We're so genius for adding 2 cameras into a system. It's gonna have simulated depth of field and all this stuff, right? I got this yesterday. That was 10 days after the official release of the iPhone. This still cannot simulate depth of field. We're waiting for an update to the operating system. Well, but I mean, I don't really care. I don't need to take those pictures. I have a camera that can take those pictures. And honestly, I don't think that it's going to be that good anyway. But, you know, it's annoying to me for you to advertise something and then not have it. Just like how you didn't ship out any iPhone Pluses on launch day. I don't get what is going on. Why would you advertise? And why are the headphones not ready? None of the wireless headphones that are supposed to be for this, you know, oh, our wireless is so much better. It has, there are some weird things. Okay, so one cool feature is that if you lift the iPhone, it wakes up. That's great, but most of us are used to hitting this button, little home button, to wake up the iPhone. I'll just click here to wake it up, right? Oh wait, it unlocks it immediately. Not every time you lift it does it understand. And what if it's laying on the table and you're like, hey, granted you can say, hey Siri, what time is it?
At the tone, the time will be 3:06 p.m. Beep.
I had never done that before. At the tone. Beep. Awesome. So you can do that, but like, I just need to tap my phone and see what time it is. I don't need to take 10 seconds to tell me the time. Now, yes, I have the watch. I get it. I have a watch I can look at. But if my watch is in the other room charging, or if I'm not wearing it that day, or screw you if I want to look at my phone for the time. But not a deal breaker, and that's going to just take some getting used to. Once I'm used to it, honestly, I think that's very minor. That once I get used to it, that's not going to be an issue. So overall, would I tell you to buy the iPhone 7? I would say if you have a 6S or 6S Plus, there's not necessarily a reason to upgrade. It does pretty much all the same stuff. And next year should be a really good release for the iPhone because it'll be the 10th anniversary. If you're going from the iPhone 4 or the iPhone 5, upgrading is not a bad idea. If you're going from the iPhone 6 or 6 Plus, I don't know. It's hard. I would really base your entire decision around whether or not you're okay with losing the headphone jack. If you're not okay with that, don't buy it. That would be literally the only reason. If you're picking between the 6S and 7, money's not an object. Say, are you okay with losing the headphone jack? Yeah? Go ahead and get the 7. If you're not okay with it, get the 6S. That's my opinion. Take it or leave it. It's up to you. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this. If you didn't, pretend that you did, and I will appreciate it. Anyway, if you have any questions about the iPhone 7, or if you found some cool features on it that I didn't even come close to touching on that you want to mention, write it in the comments below, because I'm excited. I'm very excited to actually have a good phone again. So, I'll see you next time. Well, anyway, that's the product review. Hopefully you found it enlightening. Anyway, I am heading back up to the church right now because we've got rehearsal.